Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing an eyeliner comparison, which I haven't actually done a video like this, so I'm pretty excited. Everyone knows about the Stila liquid eyeliner that's pretty, raved about all throughout YouTube and just in general. This one is a new eyeliner that just came out and it is from Wet n Wild. So I'm going to be talking about these two, giving you guys a comparison like with water, smudging, and even removing it, and of course the application. I'm comparing these to see if the Wet n Wild is a dupe for the Stila one, because if it is, then you're definitely saving yourself a lot of money. So if you guys want to see how these two compare, then just stay tuned. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the packaging. I think these are pretty similar. I will say though that this one isn't the full size. I got it in Midnight Magic Eyeliner Duo. Of course the Wet n Wild one is a little bit bigger because I do have, it is just one size. As far as like the labels and everything, it's not exactly the same, but they're both very, very simple, which I think makes them look very nice. And one of the main things that made me realize that this was kind of, supposed to be a dupe for the Stila one is the cap. So if you open up the Stila one, you have the cap that pushes in. So if you try to close it, there's something in there that makes it bounce. And that is what the Wet n Wild one is like. If you try to push it in, there's something blocking it there until you like really push it in. Now another thing, let's look at the actual felt tip. So I'd say these two are pretty similar. They're both kind of long. The Stila one is a little bit shorter than this one, and this one is a little more flimsy, like it moves a bit more than the Wet n Wild one. So the Wet n Wild one is a little bit more sturdy and stiff, but personally I like that a little bit better just because I feel like it gives you a little bit more control, whereas the Stila one, if you're trying to do like a wing or something, it might move without you wanting it to. So as far as the formula, the Wet n Wild one isn't as wet, and the Stila one is definitely very liquidy. Now the Wet n Wild one can be wet too, but only if you really press it down. But it doesn't really give out a bunch of product, which I think is still good because then you're not getting all of this leftover product and then it doesn't dry up as quickly. I do think that they're both very similar in the way that they're very, very like pigmented. They're so black. And I have this NYC one here to kind of compare so you guys can see how different it is. So these two are just really black. And then you have this NYC one here that's just kind of faint. And if you don't like the boldness that liquid eyeliner gives you, then you might not really like that. But I personally really like it. It's a lot easier to fill in. It's a lot easier to just make it look nice and neat. I kind of like the Wet n Wild one a little bit better just because it's not as wet. You have a little bit more control with it. But I will say that when I was applying it, I'll show you guys a little clip of when I was doing that. I did the Stila one on this side and then the Wet n Wild one on this side. I found that because it was a little bit more wet, this one came out a little bit neater. It was a lot smoother, kind of gave a little bit more of a nicer result without the extra effort. But I think they're both very, very easy to use. As you can see in the demo, I finished a wing very, very fast. So if you're a beginner and you're still trying to get the hang of it, I think these are definitely very, very good. So now I'm actually going to go onto the websites for both of these. So the Wet n Wild website and the Stila website, so I can kind of see what they both claim and compare that and see which one kind of really puts out what they say it is. So let's start out with the Stila one because everyone knows what that one is. First of all, it comes in a very wide range of colors. So let me just show you guys. It has all of those colors there, and ignore my cracked screen. So that's pretty good, if you're looking for a specific color, if you want to branch out. Now let's read what it says. So our #1 selling waterproof liquid liner enables you to create a variety of eye-opening effects, from thin, precise lines to thick, dramatic looks. So that's definitely true. The formula glides on with ease, dries quickly, won't smudge or run day into night. So that's kind of what I was talking about, it looks really, really smooth. The benefits: it's waterproof and it's easy to use, goes on smoothly without skipping, smudging, or pulling, and it lasts all day long. So I'd say these claims are pretty spot on. You know, it is a waterproof eyeliner, which the Wet n Wild one doesn't claim that it is a waterproof one, but I think if you compare it, it's not such a big difference. The Wet n Wild isn't supposed to be waterproof, but I think it definitely lasts with the water. I'll show you guys a clip also of me kind of spraying some water on it and see if it runs or if it smudges after that. Definitely does go on very, very smoothly, and it does last all day. I've worn it and it lasts very, very long. Now, the price of this is $22, and I will say that for a high-end product, I guess it's not too much. It is still doable. But now let's talk about the Wet n Wild one. So this one retails for $3.99. That's roughly $4. So $4 compared to $22, I'd say is a good difference, especially if you're like going out and buying it constantly, if you're always using eyeliner, you know, if you're just like every now and then you like to have it for special occasions, maybe the Stila one is good for you because you're not really running out of it and you're getting all the benefits of the Stila one. But if you're constantly wearing eyeliner, which I know I do, I'm trying to save money on it and I'm not trying to buy the Stila one all the time that I run out. The Wet n Wild one, it says it has 0.017 ounces, and the Stila one has 0.016 ounces. So this one does have a little bit more than the Stila one. The Wet n Wild one only comes in two colors, so it comes in a black and a brown. If you're just looking for something to put on like every single day or something, just the basic kind of color, the Wet n Wild one is good. Now let's read what that one has to say. Okay, so this one says, get right to the point with this convenient marker. It's soft, finely pointed felt tip, gives you ultimate control over your look. Compact and fast drying, this liner will have you out the door and looking fabulous in no time flat. I don't think there's anything that I would have to argue with it. It does dry pretty fast, so it kind of feels just like a tattoo. You know, you put it on, it dries up, and I've tried like rubbing my eyes before and I remembered, oh my god, I have eyeliner, and I've checked and it's still on. You know, it lasts seriously throughout the whole day. I've seen a better payoff from this one as far as wearing it like throughout all of school and touching my face. You know, I've seen it basically look exactly the same as when I first put it on. So the claims, it just says smudge free and long wearing. So I think this one is definitely true. I think it's just simple and straight to the point. And I also got the marker one. So that one's like the same thing. And this one just gives you a little bit, you know, you can go with a little bit of a bolder eyeliner, or, you know, that angle it has going on. I think they're both really good, and this one's also $3.99, so you kind of get two variations of the same product. So is it a dupe for the Stila eyeliner? I'd have to say it definitely is. I've been using this one and I just think it is pretty freaking good. It's $3.99 compared to $22, and you can just find it all the time at the drugstore. I mean, how much better can it get? So it depends on what you prefer. Maybe check both of them out and see which one you like better, but you know, to save you the time, they're both very, very good, and I'd say they're easily a dupe for each other. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it was also helpful. You know, if you were thinking about getting the Stila one and you just weren't sure about the $22, then you can go ahead and look for the Wet n Wild one. Or if you were just looking for a new eyeliner, then there you go. Let me know what you guys think of this video, if you found it helpful, if you guys try out either of these. And also, let me know in the comments what kind of videos you guys want to see next. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!